Cool. Don't mind the hair. It's a little crazy. I need a haircut, but we good. We're gonna rock with this thing anyway. There we go. 3 guys and a girl. Slim requested join the live so I can bring you in here. So I got AJ's and cool.
Okay, now I can hear you because I was like, that
There
wasn't
we
working.
go. You know how Instagram doesn't like me. So like I have to press accept like a few different times.
That's okay.
So there we go.
Slim Jim.
There's my man Slim.
What's up?
Okay, and now we're just
Where's,
waiting for Val.
where's Val?
I think that's where I just saw him. Maybe I'm not
There we
right.
go. I got a request.
I just signed it to the fucking comments.
Yeah,
You're doing what with the
Instagram
comment?
I signed in to the comments from my regular profile, my personal.
Okay.
Hey, we in here.
What's going
Instagram
on?
try to hold us down, try to keep us from being great.
It's a
They
little
try
rough.
not to let us be great. It's okay. They can't stop our shit. They can't hold us
Stop,
down.
won't
They can't hold
stop.
us back. Right? They can't stop our greatness. What's going on, gentlemen?
Am I at the beginning of the screen?
Yeah, it was weird,
Like,
right?
am I the
I don't
first
like my
person?
positioning. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
you're on top.
What's going
You get
on?
to
I
be
am
top today. You're on top. I'm just
That's
saying.
funny.
I mean, I'm on the top every day, even from underneath. I'm on top.
You know, you see, I start things and then I just don't want to finish it. So let me just ease out
you
of this
wonder
one.
why and how we get here.
And Val has the dad face. Val's like, can you guys just behave like one time?
We haven't even got the
I was gonna say
intros
something,
going.
y'all send all y'all real left, but I don't think y'all want to go left this early.
Nah, not yet. Let me enjoy my beverage real quick.
What happened?
Nothing. Don't
Drink that,
we said
drink
we're
that, then
gonna
I'll
get
say.
started. We
Drink
said
that,
we're
then
gonna
I'll
get
say.
started.
He's gonna try to make you spit it out.
Yeah.
Oh, it won't happen.
Please
Really?
don't. Oh my gosh.
So fun fact about me, I've never laughed or like had a spit drink out moment. I don't know. Well, maybe for something catching me off guard. But if I'm prepared for it, it's not gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
But like, still come with it.
Now
Come
you
with it. I'll
prepared
show
for
you.
it. All right. So I was a bottom once, not in the gay way. AJ,
If you would have, no disrespect, son, and don't take this wrong, but if you would have said in a gay way, then I would have spit my drink out. That would have got me to spit it out.
Right? There would have been a lot of questions around that. So what does that mean to be a bottom but not in the gay way? To be submissive?
No. So that means, I guess it was submissive in a sense, right? I discovered by accident, my girl gave me a massage one day that she likes to put her clit, like the top of her clit, in between like my ass crack and like ride my ass while she's like giving me a massage.
That is new.
And she
That
fucking
is
That's
loves
actually
new.
kind of sexy still.
it. No, she'll fucking.
That's different.
She loves it.
Did you like it? Like, did it feel good
At
to
first,
you?
yo, listen, I ain't gonna hold you, B. It does nothing for me sexually, but just knowing that she's getting off up there, so that's what I
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And for me,
That
like the
matters.
way it started, it wasn't. It ain't like been dope, bitch. It's like, you know.
She didn't
She
press her
started
thumbs
giving
in
me-
your lower back and say,
Yeah,
like that.
It didn't start off with a regular massage?
No, some G shit. She give me like massage up top. What up, Stu? Look, she be giving me. That's a half-ass intro. I'm sorry. We didn't even do intros. She'd be giving me a massage, right? And that's how it started. She started like kind of like rubbing against me. She feel kind of good.
She spread your
Always
cheeks
starts with a
open.
massage.
Yo, yeah. Then I started. Oh shit, she started spreading my cheeks.
So question, and like it may get a little graphic for those who are listening and watching, but like was she sliding it on like your ass cheeks, on the gooch, the ball?
Nah. Like in between,
in between, just whatever was in between.
At the very top.
Yeah, I mean you can ask her, but yeah, I think at the top.
I think she did. I tell you what, if she's gonna be, I don't
not
know,
like around my asshole, so like rub it.
So
Like,
can I just ask something as a woman, right? When you're talking these things about your lady, because it's not the first time that you've divulged some stuff about her, do you let her know beforehand that these things could possibly be said? Because my friend, how you know say your woman wants everybody to know that she's rubbing her clit in your butty crease? But just
I'm
want
sorry,
to
I crossed the line. I apologize. I mean, I think she's
no,
right.
so that's the thing. I don't know. Like, did you?
So
yeah, she cool as fuck. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, she
So
just
this
said
is
I'm
so this is
cool.
my thing. Yeah, I'm about to say she seen a
Okay.
lot
All
before.
right,
She
two
know who
thumbs
her
up.
Yeah,
man
she,
is. You
All
she
know.
met
right.
me like this. She knows.
She met you being dirty?
Yeah, I mean, not dirty, but raunchy.
You're
I'm
dirty,
feel
you're smutty.
I'm
I mean, it's
filthy.
okay. I think the
Filthy.
least smuttiest of us is Val, and I'm not even sure it's just because Val's really low key about it.
I think I actually might be the least smuttiest out of all of us. I'm just more
Okay,
vocal
sir.
about mine.
Mr. Seaman in people's cakes, stop the craziness right now. What?
Thank you. See, I was just about to say it. Thank you, AJ.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
Excuse
trumps
yeah, yeah.
everything.
excuse me for being a good business owner.
You know what?
People
Stop
out
the
there
craziness,
don't
please. Please stop the craziness.
how
Just because
dare
you're a good
you.
business owner doesn't make you less smutty. Like,
Excuse me. I can't help it that
Matter of
order
fact,
cakes came
some of the
in.
smartest people I know are business owners.
okay, can we do our
Oh,
introductions, please? Because
well
I don't
then.
even know how we got here.
Oh,
Like,
they are. Listen,
You started
me?
it. Yeah, you started
hey Val, you
How?
I did talking about me getting to be a top instead of this
Oh,
summer and
right. I did
whatever.
start it. I'm so sorry.
Mm. Thank you, Val. Thank you, Val.
I don't know why y'all
Yes.
don't stop me. Why do you let me get out of control like this? Come on. Okay, who's up?
I think you should go first, AJ, since I'm sitting
yeah.
in the
Uh,
front seat now, and it's gonna go ahead because I
AJ
gotta come
Val,
in last
me,
anyway.
L.
okay.
Let's do it.
Hello and
Let's do it.
greetings and good evening, everyone. I am AJ Badass Jones, the host of the Pum Pum Chronicles podcast.
Boom, boom,
You can find my
boom.
yes, the pum pum, the good pum pum,
Oh no,
the
no,
heavy
boom, boom,
fluffy
boom.
pum pum.
I was trying to
Anyway,
go with the Jamaican horn, but I guess like my Jamaican horn sounded more like boom, boom than boom, boom.
it. Did.
it really did though. You know, you know what I like. The thing is, I don't. Okay, say pum pum.
Boom, boom.
Okay, Slim say pum pum.
Boom boom.
Okay, Val say pum pum.
Pum pum.
Okay. The reason I'm saying it is because a lot of times when I hear Americans say pum pum, it sounds like poom poom. And I'm like,
Nah,
Fair. That's
that's
fair.
the white Americans.
Yeah.
no,
This
it's a
is
lot of
true.
Black Americans,
Oh
sir.
no,
I'm just saying. Okay, I'm
true.
done with my introduction.
All right.
It was short and sweet.
Val,
You
what's
can
up?
find me on all social media platforms where podcasts can be found. Sex, love, relationships, lots of different guests, lots of personal information, all kinds of great stuff. That's it.
Love it. What's going
Really.
on, everyone?
Val's
Val,
wearing a red
as
shirt. That's
always.
sorry. Thank you,
Red
Queen,
shirt.
because I
I
know
wore
you
it for
didn't do
you.
it by yourself.
I did it by myself. Number
Okay.
one.
I ain't
Which
gonna
one?
Number
lie.
two.
He look like
I thought
Damien
of
Prescott in
AJ.
his red.
I was like,
Thank
let me get it for
you.
AJ. Okay. Number three, I came out with the Savage. So me and
Woo!
Slim will be savages today.
Okay.
My man. Hey, you looking buff in that red. You are
Oh,
looking buff in that red. Oh
I'm trying to do
yeah.
my little
The red
thing,
is
Hey,
nice.
Damien, let's
I'm
go.
definitely feeling that. It's nice.
My man
Thank
had
you,
been on a
thank you.
few self-care honeymoon, lovey-dovey trips, and he come back. That's what I'm talking
Feeling
about. That's
himself.
what I'm talking about. I ain't mad at it.
Anyways, appreciate y'all. Val, Love Lessons by Val. What I aim to do is to help you guys cultivate the healthy dating and relationship lives that you all deserve. Podcast, Intricacies of Dating and Relationships, streamed everywhere. Please follow, subscribe, download, all that good stuff. Do sessions as well. Singles, couples, understanding your dating scene, whatever it is, feel free to DM me. All I ask is that you come ready to do the work.
I like
Facts,
that.
facts. I am your boy Slim Stay Scheming, known as a genuine savage. Shout out to Val. I like that alley oop you threw me with that shirt. I'm representing 973 Vibes. You can find us on all streaming platforms. Go follow that YouTube page though, please. Shout out to Spiritual Tip. Go find them. Two girls on all streaming platforms. And that's it. I'm a little tired, y'all. Y'all gotta forgive me. I had conferences tonight.
It's been a
I went
long
to the
day.
Kendrick concert last
Mm.
night. I went to another concert in Philly. I went to another concert in
You know, I
Brooklyn.
almost felt bad for you. I thought it was exhaustion from work, but now I don't feel so bad.
I mean, work too. Work has been balled up and all that shit. So,
Well, it's good that you have like a balance of work and play. So that's nice.
True.
Gotta have that balance.
We ready?
And the man on top,
Cool. Let's go. I am Mr. L, the host of From the Mind of Mr. L podcast. Even though we are currently on hiatus, you can still go check out, I think, like 26 or 28 incredible episodes where these three amazing people have been featured on multiple. Bless you, my brother. Um, Again, that is From the Mind of Mr. L, where we discuss topics revolving around sex, kinks, things such as love, dating, and relationships, love languages, music, a host of different things that you wouldn't think would be included in sex, but actually is. It offers you a different perspective. Again, the host of From the Mind of Mr. L. I'm the compassionate Dom. Sensual say the Southern gent with a sprinkle of filth, Mr. L.
Hey.
You know what I want to
But,
find out
you
though,
know,
guys?
Slim look like those people that just grab a handful of seasoning and go, they just dash it in. That's what
Yeah.
you just did right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it
did
wasn't.
it.
It wasn't even a. It was a
Wasn't
toss.
spring.
It was a toss of filth, not even a sprinkle. Okay, so first question of the evening. I'm going to give you a scenario, and weigh in. So, a gentleman, a man is dating a woman. Let's say they're 3 months into dating. They're not exclusively dating, but they're seeing each other very regularly. There's been conversation about exclusivity. But this person, this man, has a child on the way that he has not disclosed to the woman that he is dating and has been expressing interest in. Because they're not exclusive, is he obligated to tell her? Or is that still part of his personal business where, unless they become exclusive, he doesn't necessarily have to tell her? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll start with this.
Okay.
Val, down here in North Carolina, we have this man named Petey Pablo who had a song that said, North Carolina, come on and raise up, take your shirt off, spin it around your head, spin like a helicopter, but throw it around your head, spin like a helicopter. I need you to do that for me because that's a huge red flag. Um,
I was like, where's he going with this?
Right.
Hey, there's a method.
Okay.
There's a method to my madness. I couldn't find anything red, so I was gonna use your shirt. Um, all right, so let's be honest. You are in life. You're not obligated to do anything per se. But yes, I do believe that that is something that should be disclosed. Like somewhere during the talking the dating stage, whether you're exclusive or not, because I think that that is key information that plays into effect of a person possibly choosing you or not. And if you are scared that you may lose this person, or for whatever reason you do not disclose that information to them, you don't need to be with them.
Mm.
Like that's just like it's like there's some things that yes you may not disclose because let me wait and see how these things goes, but it's something that I think should be mentioned, and you give that person the opportunity to decide what they want to do from that moment on, how they decide to move from that point on. You never know. They could be like, it's cool. I really enjoy rocking with you. I don't mind that. Let's go. We'll figure this thing out together. Or they could just be like, okay, no, I can't do it. I have a kid on the way, and you just have to eat it. I mean, you have a kid on the way, and I can't be with someone that has that. And you just have to eat your loss and keep it moving.
Okay, that's fair. Who's got next?
I can go next. I'm pretty much in agreement with L. I feel like, off the initial meet or whatever, of course not. You don't, slow your roll. But once you notice that you really digging them and the feeling's mutual, or once you notice there's a little bit more consistency in your pattern, or like me, us as dudes, we know, all right, we gonna hone in on this one, right? Like we know what we want, who we want. You know what I'm saying? And once I feel like as a man, once you get to that point when you know this is like who you may want to start really like building with, at least start laying the foundation with, then you need to express that, because that's foundational information. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
Okay.
for you not to say that, for you not to bring that up and act like everything, you almost robbing her of that. You're not arming her with all the necessary information. You know what I mean? You're not fully educating her about the situation. It's almost like lying and a false sense of security. That's how I would look at it. Like, you lied to me. You omitted that and I fell in love with you, or I made my decision underneath this pretense. And now, you know,
Okay, that's fair. Val, what are your thoughts?
I do think that he's just a little bit wrong, and I say it only because you have a child. That's a package deal in my mind. You come with that child, so whoever's coming into your life will have to somewhat deal with that child. That child's not going anywhere. That's my child. So I understand not wanting to tell the person. You said, 3 months in kind of thing, and didn't really talk about exclusivity to that point.
Right.
So I understand not saying it, but at the same time, with this talking, and the way that I'm seeing talking is you're in the talking stage, which is somewhat the dating stage. You're trying to get to know somebody. I don't know how you can run into somebody and not kind of ask that question, like, do you have any kids? I don't know. That's just my thinking. Um,
Uh,
but if that does happen, that should be disclosed. If it's not disclosed, I'm kind of on the side of Slim. Like, that's something that you should say, kind of thing.
Right.
Like, for example, you asked me like earlier, like we're first dating. No, I don't have any kids. But then 3 months later, I lied to you. I have kids. That's kind of, I don't want to say it's a red flag, because it's a red flag that can obviously turn green, especially if you have a reason as to why you did not disclose that information in the first place.
Okay.
Which again, understandable. But 3 months, excuse me, 3 months, you didn't tell them. I'm with the fellas too. You're kind of robbing them from making that decision for themselves, because that is big, big news that can determine if that person wants to be with you or not.
Okay. So additional points to what you said. So the question was asked, do you have children? And the answer was, yes, I do. And the number of children and their ages were disclosed. Okay. This
Okay.
child hasn't been born yet. And then they say to you, so let's say now it's 6 months in, the child has been born, and they are now disclosing to you that they have this child, but the reason they didn't tell you before is because they weren't sure whether or not the child was theirs. So they wanted to wait until the child was born, do the DNA test, and then say something. Is that okay? So does that change the fairness of them not disclosing it prior?
For me, so I was thinking about that when you first asked the question, like,
Yep.
because my mind, I was thinking, like, for what reason would, like, a genuine negative at least try and withhold that information? And for me, being a genuine negative, I would the only scenario where I could see myself withholding that information is, and like I said, all depends on how much I'm digging this chick and how much she digging me, how much effort and energy we're putting into each other.
You like her, you're talking about being together.
And I'm
You're
feeling
talking about a future where she lives in a different state than you. You're talking about a future where you move to be together. Like, you're talking about a future.
Wow.
After
yeah.
3 months. I mean, I know
No,
what
not
happens,
6 months,
No,
but
you
no
know.
judgment.
It does happen.
I know what happens.
Okay, so let's fast forward. Let's say we're 6 months in now, and now you're
So
having more serious conversations about establishing something where it's just you and that person. Your child is now born, and now you're faced with having to tell the person that you want to be with that there's this child that is yours. It's been confirmed the child is born. This is your baby.
so
You just yeah, go ahead.
I want to jump in before Val, because I know like I'm very interested in what Val
Yes,
has to
Val.
say, but like for myself, to me it still goes back to giving that person that option. Like yes, like you said, you don't know if it's like yours or not. Be
Right.
honest with them. Like, hey, listen, do you have kids? No, but some things happened. There was somebody who I was talking to, dating beforehand.
That part.
She's pregnant, and there's a possibility that it could be mine. I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but I'm trying to navigate through it. Um, and just you don't have to include the in-depth details of
Right.
what's going on, but just to allow that person, because like I'm putting it like
Put it on your radar.
if I'm in like a woman's shoes, I guess, and that's hard to be in, of course, because like I would. I'm thinking like, yo, if that was me in that situation, the dude was like, yo, I got a possible shot. Like I could respect and understand, but okay, cool. You have a child where you don't. I understand that things happen. Things happen, and as an adult, you're out here living your best life, or like you have every right to go out here and have sex.
Right.
And if you just so one of those things that comes along with sex can possibly be pregnancy. So
Absolutely.
therefore, with that, I understand. And if y'all weren't together, you don't know what really could have took place, but the fact that you gave that choice to me, you know, we're like, hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have any kids. There's a possibility that there's one on the way. I don't know if it's mine or not. I can respect that a lot more than you have one possibly on the way. 6 months
And not
later,
saying anything.
boom, and it's yours. And now like, hey, listen, I have a kid.
I
It
mean,
Right.
comes out of like left
yeah,
field to me,
yeah,
kind
I
of
feel you.
kind of
It's
thing.
almost like you dropping the bomb and you knew it was brewing. You know what I'm saying? But I guess the key question would be like for me, I'm with you 100%. I would just throw it out there, especially if I got serious doubt that she not mine. You know what I mean? That baby's not mine. I'm gonna just throw that shit out there. You feel what I'm saying? But I think not. There's no buts in the situation. I just think like
If there's a possibility that it's yours,
yeah, if it's a
you should
possibility,
say
it's yours.
something,
I think the reason why
regardless.
what I'm trying to say is I think a man would be hesitant is because if I go and tell her like, yeah, I think this baby is mine, but I'm not sure that she's as she should. That my new woman who I'm digging should start asking questions. I believe that my new woman who I'm talking in the future with should say, hey, was this your girlfriend? No. Okay, if you want your girlfriend, why was you fucking her without protection? Do you understand my point? So I think
But it
that
could be that you fucked her with
It
protection and
happens.
the condom broke. It's
Like
not
there,
just a. It's just not a one
I mean,
fit situation where.
y'all niggas, I don't know, man. I hear that theory about the condom,
but
but every time the condom broke with me, I knew that shit was broke, man.
so
Like
I'm
it
gonna
was
be
an
honest
accident.
with that one.
Not
So
always.
like at every situation, even
It's a
if you're not in a
temperature
relationship,
thing.
I know situations, and I'm gonna be honest, I've been in that situation before where like, no, we weren't in a relationship, and I just so happened to smash raw. Like it happens. It's one of those things
Right.
that happens. So therefore, and again, like there's that risk that comes along with it,
Yeah.
you know. So like I know I would be a hypocrite to be just talking about myself. I'd be a hypocrite to be like, yo, oh no, you was out here fucking a dude who without a condom on, like how dare you? That's not your man. But I was smashing a chick like a couple months ago without a condom on myself, you know. And I understand it's different strokes
And
for different
condoms could
folks.
break. Like sometimes they break right at the very end when you're just about to bust. It busts, and what are you
And
doing?
then
You're.
I mean, I don't know, guys.
I'm
See,
just
the thing,
saying.
I'm gonna go a little bit further than Slim in this case, and I'm gonna say that understandably so, um, it women that are talking to men that have potentially a kid on the way, they're automatically disqualified from the list. That's what I typically see. You
How
know,
say
so?
that one more time, Val.
women that are talking to men that have a kid on the way and they disclose this information, they are automatically disqualified from the dating list.
The man that
Automatically.
has the child?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
got it. Got it.
You know, and I think that's unfortunate, of course. I don't like that because especially if the man is confident enough, like you said, AJ, they like each other, he can see him in the
Yes.
future and all that stuff, whatever, and they disclose this and then they get eliminated. I've seen it happen so many times. I know there's times where females are just like, I just wish that you told me this earlier. I completely understand, you don't know if it's yours yet. Okay, but then you said 6 months, he finds out that it is his. Now
Yes.
she has a decision to make, a
Yeah.
decision that she knew that she might have to make from the point that the individual told her, hey, I have this child on the way.
Right.
She can still have that choice that Mr. L was saying, I can stay or I can leave. You have to always give them the choice. I'm big on choice. I also can understand waiting to see if the child is actually mine, if I'm the man in this case, and then disclosing it. And I can apologize, but that doesn't mean it's going to be accepted. I can be hit with I wish that you told me this earlier. Like, what else are you keeping from me? I can't do this with you right now. This is a lot
Right.
right now. It's like Slim just said, it's you legit just dropping a bomb on it.
Right.
So even though I know I'm like on the fence with it, I can understand both sides, but I just wish that more people would be more confident in just saying it, and I wish that would not disqualify the man automatically.
Right.
I agree with you.
Because
So
okay, so I think of it from sorry if I may, just like so from the other perspective. Let's say it's a woman that's pregnant. She's not showing in any way, shape, or form, right? She knows she's 3 months pregnant, but is kind of waiting to see what happens and how things go in dating the guy before saying something to him. At 5 months, she's still not showing. At because for me, when I was pregnant with my son, I didn't start showing until 8 months. Nobody knew that I was pregnant.
Damn.
It was crazy.
Wow.
And then in my 8th month, he just fucking popped up out of nowhere. Was still able to wear my same jeans, the whole nine. In my 8th month, going into my ninth, my belly just sprung out of nowhere, and this guy was just like here. But when I was dating somebody at the time, I had started dating the person, but I told
yeah,
him I'm pregnant. He didn't believe me because I wasn't showing. And I'm saying to him, like, I'm not trying to say it to like get rid of you. And it was one of those, oh, if you don't want to date me, just say that. You don't have to make up some lie. Bridget, who makes up a lie that regardless? But now imagine the situation was a woman like that who's pregnant and doesn't disclose until months later because she really wants to secure a relationship with this guy. He's going to feel like he was lied to. He's going to feel like he was duped. I think at the end of the day, the bottom line is whether you're the person who's pregnant and you're not showing, or it's a man that has a child that's on the way, if you're considering that you're going to date somebody and this is somebody that you want to date seriously, let them know, give them the choice. If they stay,
Yes.
cool. If they don't, it is what it is. You can't
The person.
make somebody stay. It's unfair to the person to have them fall in love with you and become emotionally attached to you, emotionally tied to you, just to go down the line and break this to them in the hopes that they're going to stay and want to help co-parent with you. Because the truth is, like Mr. Val said, it's a package deal. So now I'm in love with you. You have this newborn baby that you have to take care of from time to time. So like, what does that make me in your life now? Now I'm forced or obligated to be a stepmom of sorts because I'm in a relationship with you? Nah, that's nah. My 2 cents. Go ahead.
That's it.
I love when you add your 2 cents.
That's what I was gonna ask. How did you feel from like a woman's perspective in this situation? Like, would you rather know from the get go, like when,
Mm-hmm.
like within those 3 months, or would you rather like or like would you be okay with him like, hey, I gotta tell you I have a kid now, this, that, the other. And like I know that there are situations where it does work. I know friends whose parents
Yes.
Absolutely.
may have had something around that same thing happen. Where like,
Yes.
damn, I got a brother that's roughly the same age as me, but
Right.
it's from a different mother.
Um. So, from a purely personal place, so I had started dating someone who told me that they had a child, and I was okay with that until maybe 2 months into getting to know this person, they disclosed to me. So now I'm thinking a child is like 4 or 5, walking, talking, potty trained, the whole nine. You know, his child is a year and a half, and he's a full-time dad. And I was like, I respect the fact that you're taking care of your daughter and you're doing all these things, but I don't think that I can that are older and more self-sufficient. I'm not trying to help anybody raise a baby. And so the conversation becomes, well, she has parents, you wouldn't have to help me raise them. But if I think long term down the line, you and I are in a permanent relationship, how would I not be helping you raise your baby? You know what I mean? What kind of shitty ass person would I be to say that I'm not going to acknowledge or take on some sort of maternal role with your small pickney because I'm in a relationship? That's just dumb. It's just absolutely dumb. It's just absolute. If I'm with you and you, whether or not parent with you, step parent, what in some way, shape, or form, my life is going to be entangled around you and your child or you and your children. It just is. When you date somebody that has kids, unless them not see them picking no time at all, you're involved.
Yep.
There's no way around it. So I've friend zoned that person because I didn't want to be involved in that relationship. Um, and they weren't happy about it, but I don't know. I can't lie and pretend that I'm okay with it, no matter how much I like you. Because I also don't want to give off like negative energy. Like every time your kid is around, I'd be like, hey, okay, so I'm gonna go. When when you drop her off to her mom, let me
Yeah,
know. I'll come back. Or
but
you
you
know what I mean? Or it'd be like the child wants to come to me and I'm like,
but you're honest. You know that about yourself already. I mean, you're not
I
trying to.
do.
You ain't
Listen,
trying to
I'm
fix
looking
the
forward to grandchildren. I don't want to raise small babies. You
Yeah.
understand what I mean? And when I have my
Absolutely.
grandkids, I can call their parents to come pick them up. I love them. I'll love them. But you can go. You got to go home.
Yeah.
You know what? I got a follow up, if I may. Now,
Absolutely.
is because of what you just said, grandchildren. Is the way that you're thinking about it now based off of how old you are? Like, if you were younger, would you?
So this is my thing. I have adults. I don't have small children.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's definitely based off of my age, but it's based off the fact that I've raised kids. I worked with children and youth for 22 years, so I've helped raise other people. I'm not trying to raise small children anymore.
Mm.
I'm trying to live my best life right now. I'm trying to date individuals who have older or adult children where they can move about. Y'all know me. Like, I don't stay in one place. I want to be able to say to my person, come, let's go away for the weekend. But to hear every weekend, well, I can't because I've got the kids, or, I can't do this because, like, more power to you. That's just not for me.
Yeah.
So two things real quick.
Yeah.
One, my apologies, y'all. I don't. Each one of your screens are buffering on my end, and it's a little lag because I got like an Amber or weather alert or something. So it threw it off. So if there's like a little lag, my apologies.
No, you're
But
okay.
like second thing, it's something I want to mention when I think Val started speaking first. Like it's one thing, like I'd rather you be able to tell me up front or, within that time frame so that way I know what your plan is also. And the kind of piggyback
Yeah.
what off of you say, AJ, were like, if you want to be like, yo, let's get up and let's go somewhere. Oh no, I got to take care of the kid. Like if we're 3 months in and we're freshly dating, I want to spend as much time as I can with you.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
this child may be taking that away, or you can't do certain things that I want to go do with you, or even on a different side of things. What if I'm like, hey, so what's your plan for the kid? Oh, well, I don't plan on being present. You might not like that they're not a present, like the fact that they're having a kid and they don't plan on being present in their
Yeah,
lives or something like that. Then like you might not like that as well. So like, let me
absolutely.
know up front so that way I know how you plan on navigating through this, and if I so choose to, I can help you navigate through this as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
I mean,
I think it would be weird to date a man who's more interested in dating me than staying around to take care of his kids. Like that should be your
Ooh.
priority.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
It
yeah.
shouldn't
Yep.
it shouldn't be like, no, it's okay. I'm gonna try to get a babysitter because I really want to see you this weekend. I appreciate that. I really do. But your focus and priority needs to be your
Yep.
youths and not me.
And then on
Hundred
top of that,
percent.
you got to deal with the other parent. Like, what's the
Yeah, that's
relationship like
Oh.
there? What is, like
Yep.
Yeah,
y'all have to navigate this thing together. I
yo,
can't step
that's
in and really try to help too much on that end because this person doesn't know me. We're just starting to date really, and we're getting
exactly.
this thing going. I can't have any input on that. So it's whatever you two say goes, and that can take away from, again, things that I may want to do with you or in general.
Yep.
as a nigga on this panel who like got like a little child, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yes,
It's not
Yeah.
self-sufficient, bro. Just
Wonderful
like
little child though.
yeah,
yes.
beautiful child who's not. She was in my presentation today, right? I'm gonna say this, like I think you're right, AJ. You're definitely right. Like, it's nobody else's responsibility. You feel what I'm saying? Like, or whoever you're dating, especially if you come with like a child already. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I feel like it's nobody else's. It's really on you, and if you're gonna like step in and do it, that's really at your leisure. But you shouldn't be dependent upon the other person. You know what I'm saying? To like cook and clean your child, especially when the other person has no children at all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Or
I
you
just
naturally obligate them because I'm a woman. You just assume that this is something I'm
yeah,
going to want to do. Like
no,
my
yeah,
maternal, oh, but you've already raised children, so this should be easy for you.
yeah.
Did you hear the
Yeah,
first part of what you
yeah,
said?
yeah.
I've
This,
already
yeah,
raised them.
yeah. I've
Like,
already, yeah, for real, facts. Like, I think that's 100%. Yeah, I don't think nobody is like obligated to take on any situation. I think you should just let a motherfucker know as much as possible, as soon as possible. That's
right.
it. It's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Let a motherfucker know as much as possible. If they go and get down, they go and get down. If they're not, then they're not. Like,
Yeah,
that's it.
true. Okay.
I've dated
Anyone
people
else?
in between. I dated people in between where I was slow to let them know I had children. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't going to disclose that, especially if I know it ain't going nowhere. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to disclose that. Mhm.
Yeah, like if it's somebody that you're just casual with, I can understand that. But if it's somebody that you want to actually be with and build with,
Yeah,
you should let them know as soon as possible.
100%.
Absolutely.
That's what I said. Once you get to that point when you beyond that talking, you know what I'm saying, and you really like cutting everybody else and kind of focusing in, yeah, you
Yeah.
should start.
Okay. The next topic that we're going to cover, and I feel like this one is going to take us right to the end of our life. Can
Oh,
modesty, can modesty and sexiness coexist? And when we're discussing modesty from the religious perspective of the balance between, or if there can be a balance between being a good, God fearing, church going individual,
Oh,
primarily women, and dressing modestly versus wanting to wear something that is super revealing, super tight, and super fitting, and how that conflicts with your moral and religious beliefs.
I'm gonna take this one
Val, you look
first,
like
real
you're
quick.
about to have a
Oh, Val,
headache.
go ahead.
Yep, Val.
nah, Mr. L, the floor is
Okay,
yours.
okay. I will, cause mine is gonna be short,
Yes, you
sweet, and
know what?
quick.
Your perspective as a deacon, this should be interesting. Jeez.
As a what?
Were you not a former deacon
No.
or a junior deacon?
No drummer at my church.
Really?
Also, yes, I did do. Yeah, yeah. I did do
Oh,
like we had this segment where
yeah, I
we do
seen you
youth
playing songs.
messages during.
I
Yeah.
thought you
Well,
always said you were a deacon
you
at
follow
church or
my
something like that.
you follow my other profile soon. So yeah, you definitely have. No, I'm very active in it.
Yes.
Um,
So, can morality and modesty and sexiness in the church, in religion, in the religious faith exist? Because faiths preach that you should be modest in your dress, so as to not entice onlookers, to not entice and or be a distraction, when you are, you know, in the house of the Lord's, in the various places of worship, that you're supposed to basically come covered so that you're not a distraction in the church. Your sound is completely gone.
my bad, I accidentally muted it.
There you
Can
go.
y'all hear me?
Yep.
So, all right, cool. So you're talking about inside of it, is what you're saying.
Inside and outside of the church.
Okay, so let's
Is
work
it a
our way.
moral conflict?
Let's
Yes.
let's work our way inside out.
Okay.
Um, hey, listen, if you are a full figure woman or whatever figure you have, and you wear a dress that feels comfortable for you, I would say the Bible says, "Come as you are." Um, but at the same time, like a lot of those things and a lot of those rules and all those thoughts are set up because the opposite end can't handle what you're wearing.
The
Um,
who?
the opposite like side of it. So like say if a woman wears a tight dress or is
Yeah.
short. Now I'm not saying like walk in there with, a short dress on with your coochie out, no drawers on or something like that.
You have to wear drawers when you go to church?
No. I'm just saying with your coochie, like you, I can see
Oh,
your pussy lips in church. But that's the same
super
thing for
friend.
me if you're like wearing it around a family, like at a family event. Like I wouldn't want to see like my cousin's coochie out, my cousin's
Right.
girl coochie out at a family event or something like that. Like I do believe there's a level of respect, not just
Absolutely.
for where you are, but also for the people around you. Same thing with like being an exhibitionist and being outside and doing things like you don't want to do certain things in public where you can be seen, right?
Okay.
Um, however, like I'm, if you got on a tight dress and you walk into church, you wearing clothes, come in there. What's the purpose for coming in there? Like you came in there to get whatever word it is, or receive whatever message is had, or you just need to feel good, and that's what makes you feel good about coming in there. It's kind of like the same thing as if a homeless person walks into church with me, and they have ragged clothes, ragged, they smell bad, they're dirty. I'm not gonna be like, nah, man, you shouldn't be in here because you're not dressed appropriately. Like, no, like again, I think that it goes back to a respect thing. Like, are you gonna have enough respect, or like, are you gonna be okay with the people around you to not wear certain things? But like, if you're wearing a dress, a tight dress, something that comes up to the thighs, things of that nature, cool. I see no issue.
Okay,
Um,
what if it's a low cut dress
Yeah,
I
it
seen
is.
cleave
and
I seen
fitted
cleavage in
and
church
short?
before. I seen
Okay.
cleavage in church before. Um, and that's why I said that majority of those rules and things come from the other end of people who can't handle that. So like we always hear or see it be like, oh, a deacon said something to this. Well, the deacon was looking and he was probably lusting, and that's why it happened. Um, So like it's a very tricky and touchy subject, but like things like that absolutely happen. I see it firsthand sometimes. Um, Now, with that being said, for myself, I mean, as I've said before, my dick is on the internet, you know, or has been on the internet, and I go to church every Sunday, play the drums. I still love the Lord. There's a, I wouldn't say that there's a balance, but like I'm still figuring out. Me and Slim talk about this every now and then because he's like, "Yo, L, with the things that you do or whatever, like in your faith, you know, how do you balance?" And I'll be honest, like it's one of these things that I'm still working through, you know. But
Do
my
you
thing
ever
is like
feel morally conflicted by what you like and what you do versus what you're supposed to do or not do?
I would lie. I mean, I would be lying if I said no. Like sometimes I do. Like every now and then it comes a point. Um, but I do believe that one, you know, the Lord understands we are humans. You know, we're not perfect. And so like, yeah, if this is a sin or something like that, you know, but he knows. I don't want to use the he knows my heart line, but like
Right.
it doesn't affect. I What my thought is that I hope that it doesn't affect my relationship with him in the end, because as a Christian, it's you know the ultimate goal is to make it to heaven. So I'm like, you know, if this is like sometimes like is this really what's going to hinder me from getting to heaven? You know, like out of everything else that goes on in the world and bad things that happen, like is
John,
this
just
going to be what really hinders me from getting to heaven? You
Yes.
know, and I need to do research on it. I had planned on doing a podcast episode on it, but like some girl, some woman that I used to date and had like this thing with, and she was heavy in the church as well. She was like, no, she believes that like there's a connection between like God and sex in a certain nature, and I'm just like, okay. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to dig deeper into her mind about it, but like I'm still on that journey myself. But I'm always 100% like, yo, if you feel like you need to come to church, come as you are, because if whatever way that you're looking, wearing, feeling, and you're pushed to come there, you need something from there. So come on, like it doesn't matter
That's fair.
what you're wearing, your thought process, what you enjoy, what you think, because there are people that are out there who are doing far worse things. I think far worse things, and I'm not like saying one sin is greater than the other, but
Right.
if you are if you
Yeah,
are
I would think
limited,
that
like it
murder is
shouldn't be that.
a little bit more of a sin than, showing some titties or some ass. I'm just saying.
Exactly. If I like getting head, like that's gonna like I'm sitting here with a murderer because I like getting head, and we both like, hey dog, we both going to hell, like you know.
Right, right.
But then there are other times where I'm like, because of the way that we are brought up, and that's the other thing why I do the quote unquote Christianity, because again, I'm on my own journey, and it's
Yes.
like a spirituality thing. So it's like, yo, I'm finding that my connection with God, not what somebody else is telling me my
Right.
connection needs to be. And so it's, damn, I wasn't expecting my my portion of this to be this long, but
That's okay.
yeah, it's just like one of those
my
things where, you know, I don't like does God really look down on you because you enjoy these things? Like lust can be looked at as different ways. Just like say homosexuality in the Bible, or when people talk about homosexuality in the church. My thing is, yo, if you're gay, you're gay. I love you because you're a human. I'm not gonna hate you because this. I'm not gonna say that you're condemned to this because you're this. The Bible to me always teaches about love. That's the main thing that God is love. So as long as you're providing that, you're doing his will type deal. So yeah, that's a broad question. Now that I
It's
think
a
about
heavy one. It's a heavy one.
Appreciate the answer. Okay.
it. Somebody else tag in because I don't want to
I
keep
got it.
rumbling
I mean, for me, my
or
perspective,
rambling.
I don't really give a shit. I don't really think hate
I
what
was
you say
waiting for
like
that.
that.
I was waiting for
This
I
that.
don't really
guy.
The
think God.
savage. The
I don't.
savage.
I don't think God is looking at me for, you know what I mean, for liking what I like and doing what I do and my squirt fetish or whatever the fuck I got going on in my fucking sick little
Sorry,
mind.
what?
I'm saying I don't what I
My
got going
friend,
on.
how do you just throw those things casually?
You haven't learned by now. If we're going on 2 years,
Right.
you know by
I'm
now.
sorry. If women have
I see
nut
what you.
fetishes, then why can't we have square fetishes?
Yeah, and I just
You
Hey.
found that out
know,
because I'm fucking with y'all. I did not know about that whole nut fetish. That's some new shit. Listen,
My
to
bad,
me,
Slim. Before you tap in real quick, my bad. I'm sorry. This like, but the question that Brink Monster just asked, we talking about New Testament God or Old Testament God, because those two are different gods. Um,
None of it
I'm not
matters.
gonna say that
I
those
don't
two are
understand what
different
that means, so
gods.
I don't have
So
an answer.
like the New Testament and the Old Testament. The Old Testament is like, yo, they already set of rules that people abided by, things that were looked down upon, frowned upon. But in the New Testament, because Jesus came, sacrificed
I get
himself,
all that.
things got switched up.
I
So
get
with
that.
that
I'm just saying,
question,
like, God is God, so
yeah. That's where I was. So with that though, Brink Monster, and that's why it's really not enough information because the Bible itself, like there's much more to the Bible than just
Yeah.
the Bible.
I mean, when
But
we talk about the Bible, is there ever like enough information really? Like, is it kind
no,
of
there's so
like
much more that wasn't included that have been found in scribes and
yeah,
things of that
scribes
nature that
and
were
temples.
excluded.
Like, yeah. I don't know. For me personally, like I said, I hear all that out and I get it, but I've never not once busted a nut and thought about God, thought about Jesus. Other than, oh God, I understand why you put
I
this
was
woman
just
in
about to
blank.
say, oh God, oh God, oh God,
Yeah,
oh
oh
God.
God, no, oh God. Yeah, I say oh God when I'm nutting, and I say, oh God, I understand why you made women. I get it. All right? That's
Thank
how
you,
I
Lord. I
talk to
want to
God
thank you.
after. Like, yo, oof, you made us fit perfectly. Like, it's amazing. You feel me? But that's
Wowzers.
it don't go nowhere else. I don't think I'm gonna get condemned. I don't
Right.
think you know what I mean. I remember growing up they saying, you know, all the things I like are found in hell. I hate to say it.
It's to try to
So
prevent you from doing those things.
I understand that. Social control. Listen, and I'm not saying I am spiritual, but I'm just saying, you know, I don't really give a fuck. I'm gonna do what makes me happy. I know deep down I'm a good person, like Elle said, and that's all
Yeah.
that. I'm very comfortable if I die fucking once we end this fucking live right now. I know where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? I know what
Yeah.
I've done. I know my purpose I served thus far. So I'm good on that, bro. Nah, you could be sexy. And as far as sexual and modesty, whatever, I seen bros cover from ankle to neck and still look sexy. So
I seen him cover from ankle to neck and still be filthy.
still be filthy too. But I've
That's
seen
true too. That
you
is
been
true
cover
too.
from,
I've
you know what I
seen.
mean? That's it.
See,
You know, some girls are just thick.
Val?
Like, it don't matter what you
how
put
would you
on.
carry
You're going to
yourself
be thicker
on
than a
have this
Snicker on my dick.
spiritual
It
hygiene?
don't matter.
I think everybody is on a different level when it comes to their spirituality, when it comes to their religion. Everybody's on so many different levels. Everybody's on different paths. Everybody's on a different road. And a, like good example, Old Testament, New Testament that Mr. L was just explaining. Everybody's on just on a very different plane most times. So I think a lot of people like to take what they hear and obviously they interpret it the way that they want to interpret it.
Sorry,
I
Queen.
can't. I was hoping nobody caught that. I was like, yo, come on.
But me?
Biting them secrets back. I can't.
Uh,
Terrible, terrible. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think everybody has their own interpretation. So if somebody goes into church and they're wearing whatever the hell they want to wear, they're just like, well, the Bible does say, "Come as you are." You know, like they have their own. I don't want to use an excuse, but they have their own whatever that's in their head that makes them feel fine with however they feel
Interpretation.
like.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is. So I do think it can absolutely coexist, but I think it can coexist the modesty and sexiness only because of how people perceive it. That's my short answer.
Okay.
Um,
So from the
She
perspective of a
perceive it.
woman, I think that, and I want to say forgive me if anybody's offended, but I'm not even going to say that because what I believe is what I believe. But I will say this: I feel like rules in religion, whatever the religion may be, are put in place to control people, are put in place to keep people within a set of boundaries that are manageable for the leaders of the church. I think that there are rules that are also put in place around modesty to prevent or try to curb people's feelings of lust. Because the one thing that you really can't control about a person is their sexual desire. And I know, because the thing is, if it was that easy to control, people who are celibate wouldn't struggle. People who are, you know what I mean? Like just all the reason, the most naturally innate thing about human beings is their sexuality. Babies touch themselves because it's just a natural thing. We all got here because two people fucked. Some of us got here because, petri dishes got,
My parents
they
made
did the little,
love. They
sorry,
do
what?
not. They don't fuck. My parents make love.
Bro, I was gonna
They
say
don't
something. I
fuck.
want to offend you. Your mama got
I'm just,
dog. Your mama got
I'm
food.
just playing.
So, yeah,
You know,
your mom and dad fucked.
Your mama got
At
dog.
some point, they might have
Your
made
mama got
love
He
food
took out
before
his
they fucked.
headset. He took out his headset.
like a pretzel, dog. I'm telling you. Origami.
They did this.
She got turned into origami.
But it really, the thing is, I mean, if people were not so focused on sex being the biggest thing or the biggest downfall or the biggest sin or whatever the case may be, like, I just personally don't understand it. We are all sexual beings. We were all created the same way. Some of us were created in petri dishes. Yes, I get that. But you know what I mean? Like the natural way in which people were created is that people have sex. In the Bible, there is a whole book that is dedicated to intimacy. Is it the Book of Solomon?
I'm gonna be
If
honest
you
with you. I don't know every book like that, so I
Okay.
can't.
So anybody who is religious that is in this chat, if you've never read the Book of Solomon, and interestingly enough, it's the one book that I've read from beginning, Song of Solomon. It's the one book that I've read from beginning to end. That entire chapter, that entire book is dedicated to intimacy. It's very poetic. It's very beautiful. The words are very, yeah, like they're just very, but the entire book is dedicated to intimacy. But then the rest of the Bible preaches about modesty, preaches about, whatever it is. And the point of what I'm trying to say is, yes, I do think that modesty and being sexy can coexist because it's not about your physical outward appearance. Like Slim said, like Mr. L said, if you're a thick woman or you're a woman who's got curves, and no matter what you put on, it's going to come across that you are dressed in a sexy type of way, even if that isn't your intention. If your intention is just to put on whatever clothes you have, go hear the word, get whatever message you have, for someone to try to sexualize you while you're in church when you are not sexualizing yourself is the
That's
issue,
them.
not the
That's on
person.
them.
That's on them.
Interpretation.
And so just to piggyback a little bit on that, AJ, two things that kind of go together. It's like the same subject or the topic that's seen. It circulates like once or twice every year on social media about a woman teacher, wearing a skirt,
Yes.
a dress shirt, or a dress. Just
Yes,
because
Yes.
she's a full-figured woman,
yes,
opposed to someone else who may not be, and it fits differently on this, it does not
Yep.
affect her. It does not affect what she does, and nor should she be looked at in a certain way.
Yep.
And along with that, it's crazy because I've had women tell me I look sexy in a shirt and tie and dress pants. So if that's the case with a woman walking in with a dress on, then it should be looked at as men as well. We're like, well, women find you sexy in a shirt and a tie and dress pants, so now what you gonna wear?
right. Put on a potato sack, like, and that's the thing. It's the problem of the people who are sexualizing the person. This is what I have.
Exactly.
This is what I put on. This is what was comfortable to me. I came for the purpose of hearing the word. I came for the purpose of worshiping. I came for the purpose of fellowship. Whatever your thoughts are about my body, whatever your thoughts are about the way that I've dressed, whatever your issues are with your own lust, keep that shit to yourself or
Absolutely.
go seek help.
Vacation. I mean, I wasn't in church, but I was on vacation. I was walking over to the pool, and of course, I had my shirt off. I was in my trunks. Of course, I was, the hell of my everything going. I was greased up. I'm going to the pool. I would get to the chairs. My cousin is like, "Oh, it's sexy." Started calling me all sexy, like he was saying it, and like that was a bad thing and shit. So I was like, "Yo, my man, I just walked up to the pool, bro. You've been sitting here long before I got here. I don't know
Right.
what vibes you putting out." Or whatever, but I just walked up. If you think I'm sexy, I'm honored, but I didn't say that. You know what I mean? That's a feeling that you got and you felt the need to say when you saw me. So if you think I'm
Right.
sexy, that's cool. That's good, man. Thank you. I mean,
So we have a question, y'all. A dead royalty says a wife asked if it was okay to bring strip club vibes into their bedroom because that's what her husband wanted, but she thought it was ungodly. What are your thoughts?
Good question.
Great
Very good
question.
question.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
wait,
go with
can I
this.
can I tell a quick story?
Yes, you may. Please do.
Okay.
I'd
Let's
love you to
go.
tell a
Let's
story,
go.
Y'all
AJ.
are
Yes.
so
Come
funny.
on. Come on with it. Story
This is
time,
not a
AJ. Come on.
story. This is not a story about me because you guys know I have no more morality issues.
Yeah,
Ah,
man.
But no, it's not.
Ah.
Um, so
Don't
there's a
count.
couple. The woman was a virgin when she got married. Her husband had had more experience, and when it came to their wedding night, she couldn't bring herself to be intimate with her husband because everything that she had been taught and grown up with in the church was that sex was wrong. Even though it was told to her that sex was meant for marriage and sex was meant to be with your husband, the overarching theme that she heard was sex was wrong. And it took 2 years, 2 years of therapy, counseling, and patience on her husband's part
Yeah.
before they were actually able to be intimate, because it took that long for her to
Oh.
recondition the way that she thought about sex and intimacy, and that it wasn't a sin, because all she kept saying to herself is, if I have sex, I'm going to hell. If I have sex, I'm going to
you know
hell.
what?
I know that I need to have
Mhm.
sex in order to have babies and children with my husband, and I know that this is the duty of a wife. But if I have sex, I'm going to hell. Because if you think about it, from you're a child until you're probably about 18, that's what's preached to you. If you have sex
Yes.
before marriage, you're going to hell. If you
Yep.
have sex, you're
Yep.
going to hell. If you have sex, you're going to hell. Sex is a sin. Sex is evil. And this was what was ingrained to her. So much so that even when she got married, she couldn't get past that.
It was probably terrible when he finally hit it too. Oh my god, it probably wasn't even good. She probably
She was a
like,
virgin. It wasn't
yeah,
good.
yeah, it was probably terrible. Ugh, ugh.
Hey, this conversation is man,
Different.
so it's just like it's so many things because like I'm
Yes,
I'm thinking just based off of
Years
like
for
what
this.
you said, like how you were talking about that certain rules and things are set up for control or power and things of that nature. Where like yes, I believe in God, doing my own little spiritual journey and whatnot. But like if you dig into it back then, like there were records beforehand. But when let's say Western Europeans got their hands on it, they flipped it to wherever they felt was able to control. And I think that it's much deeper than that. Where in the black culture, it could go all the way back to that, where they try to control the population of African Americans, stop from
yes,
doing this, that, or the other. Um, but also, like for myself personally, baby, I might try to slut you out before we go to church, and I might slut
hey,
you out when we get back from church. Like,
hey,
there's absolutely nothing wrong with bringing that into the bedroom. It's a form of showing your partner that that you love them, because you're
yes,
willing to do that if you know that it brings them happiness. It may bring them love to be like, yo, oh my gosh, she did this for me,
Yep.
et cetera, et cetera. So, like, no, to answer that question for myself, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly comfortable. If it takes you a little bit to get into, like, warm into that, because I understand I don't want to say trauma behind it, but like that's what it could be, is like the trauma behind it from that's what you were taught as a kid. Because like as a black kid growing up in the South, especially in America, that is one thing that you are taught: is sex is bad. It's a bad thing. This, that, or the other. You shouldn't do it. Wait till after you're married. But like in actuality, everything that can happen along with sex, it can happen before it. Like it can happen. The same thing that can happen when you're not married with someone can happen when you're married with someone. You
yes.
still can get cheated on when you're married. You can get cheated on if you are just having a girlfriend fucking you. Y'all haven't said those vows or whatever. Um,
healing. There's no time limit on your journey. So
I'm with you on that. There is no time limit, but if it's a 2-year wait and God is your
it's a long
motivation
time.
behind that, kudos to you. More power to you. 9 times out of 10, Slim ain't the nigga for you though.
Well, I mean, what do they say
If
in
you
the
that
vows,
God,
right? For better or for worse, for
Better
richer,
or
for
for
poor, in
worse.
sickness
no,
and health,
I
Well,
get
that
it.
really tests
I get it. All I'm
the depth
saying
of your relationship and the depth of your commitment. Because the thing is, if you say to yourself, "This is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with,"
Yep.
then it's your responsibility to help them. You also have to know going into it that if they're a virgin and you're more experienced, you're gonna have to teach them.
Yep.
You're gonna have to teach them, and you're gonna have to have that patience, because guess what? No one naturally knows how to suck dick. No one naturally knows how to
I
eat
can't
pussy.
teach you.
Shut up. What?
I mean,
Yo, Slim.
I'm
I
not
can't
saying
teach
that.
you suck no fucking dick. You better fucking nah.
Actually,
I'm gonna fight you.
You
I'm gonna
can.
fight
You
you.
Slim.
can.
I'm
I'm
You
gonna
gonna
have to.
fight
I'm
you.
gonna have to.
can.
Can we call a pause timeout right there real quick? Because I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with you, my brother. No, you can't
Times
show
two.
them. You can't show them how to physically suck a dick. No, that is
But you
not
can give
your
guidance
thing.
about
But you
how
can
you
give
like your
guidance
dick being
and
sucked.
leadership,
Yeah, I can tell you how I like my dick ass.
and that's what we
I'm
mean
not
by
I'm
that.
giving
still
out
gonna
G.
fight you.
That's what we mean by that.
Sorry, we ain't doing that.
So
All I'm saying is like this: if sex is your fear for going to hell, then you shouldn't fuck with Slim, because Slim do a whole lot of other shit other than sex that'll probably
Okay,
get you
you know,
to hell.
honestly, I don't even know how this became about you. Like, really?
I'm just saying.
He's
just
What,
giving
putting
his
it.
opinion,
what's
you
with
He's
know?
just putting
you?
a disclaimer out there.
I'm
Where
just
his
putting a
woman at? His
disclaimer
woman
out.
still on here? Where his woman at? She
Right?
knows. She knows.
Listen,
But
The spiritual tip, she already knows. She knows the disclaimer.
Listen.
I'm gonna have
Good.
to
She's good.
combat. I'm gonna have to combat what you said. I like to think that I'm different, AJ. Like
Yes.
I think the first time that my lips touched the titty, I just knew like naturally it was in my neck. Like
Okay,
how to
that's a
suck
different
titties
thing,
proper. You know,
because when you're
it
sucking a
was.
nipple,
It
that's
was
more of like when you're a kid, you naturally
mm-mm,
know where your
mm-mm,
mouth goes and to suck on a breast.
mm-mm.
Like, even if
And
you're not getting breast milk,
you'd
that's a
be
more.
surprised how many women out here just like yo, I like niggas out here not sucking titties properly. So even with that, like,
Okay, first of
so
all,
I'm just saying, I
you
think
know,
that's like a
honestly, I can't. Oh my
sixth
God,
sense
Properly?
for
why?
me right there.
Properly?
Just put it
And
in
he's
my
a
mouth, and
Titty
I just let it.
Tuesday kind of guy. I believe him. I believe he knows his way around the
You
titty.
know, honestly, I'm so over the two of you. Val,
I
could you
need to
just
have
be
a
the
titty
only one
ted
that talks
talk
to me,
sometime
please?
soon.
I don't want
A
Mr.
titty
L
Ted
or Slim
talk.
to
I
A
talk
like
to
titty
me
it.
no
ted
more.
talk coming soon, Mr. L's titty ted talk. That is what the episode on
He
the
said
podcast. So
Mr.
I get
L's
back at
titty
it,
tats.
Yo,
it's gonna be
Sorry,
B,
called
Mr. L, what?
titty
Mr. L's
oh,
ted
titty
talk.
tat.
yo, B, you posted that one picture, one titty Tuesday. I say that shit. I screenshot that bitch. Just the
Which
titty
one was it?
with the blunt right over her titty, with the L right over her titty. It's just a black titty. It's a black chick. She got on a yellow wardrobe poster. She got an L
What's your
right.
Slim remembers the fucking details, Brett
I
out.
do.
Wow.
Because it was an
Hey,
art. It was an artist picture, right? And she
I'm
had
gonna
an
need you to
L
send me
blunt
that one.
right over her nipple and areola. It was beautiful, bro.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
need you to
send it
send
to
me
you.
that one. Hey, listen, I'm passionate about my titty sucking. Um,
Sorry. I don't
I feel like we've
know. Slim,
had two
honestly, I'm
kind of
gonna
heavy
fight you because I
conversations
don't
in
know
this
what is wrong
bitch.
with you today, but
Keep slipping shit in there. You heard me earlier when I said thicker than a Snicker around my dick.
yes, I heard it. That's why I
Yeah,
kept laughing. That's like,
I
I
know.
heard it.
Oh man, how
Kama
do we get
Sutra
here?
Wednesdays.
Where are we at, y'all? Where are we at? I don't even know. I was like
You
buffering,
got a third?
pause.
What? Yeah, sorry. So the question, can you repose the question, because you had started to answer, but I don't think
Oh,
any
Yeah.
of us answered.
for the most part, I think I think y'all did.
Did
It
we?
was just a wife,
Yeah,
yeah,
good.
because
Good.
it was
Kind
about
of,
like
yeah.
bringing strip club vibes into the bedroom. Like she
Oh, okay.
thought that
Well,
it was a
yeah.
bad thing. So yeah, it was
Val, what do
or
you
it
think
was
about that?
ungodly.
Do whatever y'all feel like. And I said y'all, both of y'all. Do it. Have fun.
What if she don't want it?
If she don't want it, then that's a conversation that y'all gotta have. Y'all gotta
I
try to
said, as for
have
me in my house,
what's
Yeah.
it called? Level playing field. Have that
You know what she
conversation.
crossed.
he said,
This
I don't know
motherfucker
about
know.
them, but over here,
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't know
so
how y'all.
let me ask a question then further to that. From I, okay, so if your person feels like that is whorish behavior for her to bring stripper type energy into the bedroom, even though she knows that's what her husband likes,
she can check
what
off
is
all
the
of the
middle
boxes, but
ground
we're
for
not
that
going there.
in helping your person to feel more comfortable.
I can
Does that
do
make sense?
Yeah, makes perfect
Okay.
sense. You tell
You
her.
know what? I don't even want you to answer because the way that you're smiling and laughing right now,
He was ready
Yo,
to raise
he
his
was
hand
You
and
tell
about to
her.
everything.
finish his
yeah,
statement
you
in
were too ready.
Yeah.
5 words. That was
This
all
is
he was
simple.
gonna need.
This is very simple. You tell her it's okay, baby, to be a whore if you're gonna be a whore for me. I like whores. I like when you. want you to be my whore. So once you cross this threshold of this door crevice, you can turn to my whore. You can be my whore. It's
I
okay.
like that.
I'm not
That's
gonna
what I tell
judge.
you.
This is a safe space, but you can be my filthy whore. You can be disgusting. It's okay.
You're not a slut for
Else,
the world. You're daddy slut. There's a difference.
I will not
Oh,
tell
wow.
That's all I'm
A-O.
saying.
I
There's
don't
a
know about
difference.
I don't know about my comrades, but I like whorish behavior. I do.
Oh yeah, that's
Really
why.
do.
Hey, you are daddy slut. That's just what it is. You're not a slut for anybody else but for me.
That's right. I like gargling sounds. I like all types of shit. And
Sorry, what?
I said I like gargling sounds and all types of shit. So it's okay. You can cross that threshold. You're not gonna tell anybody. You're not gonna tell the preacher. You're not
So,
gonna tell the pastor.
so say we're not going to the confessionals on Sunday.
We're not going to the confession. I don't even go to church. It's fine. I talk to God in my head.
The
Oh
confessional
man,
is in Slim's bedroom in the closet.
there we
Yeah,
go.
Yeah,
word.
Right.
yeah.
Just
The
get on
conf-
your knees right here. Just get on your knees right here. You don't even have to
the,
go
con-
anywhere.
the
Get on your
confessional
knees
the
right here.
confessional is in the bedroom.
I
So
talk to
I'll
God
confess it to you
on
while
the
I'm in
ride
it.
home. That's when I talk to God. Right home.
What
And
was your
after
question,
Val?
that
AJ?
conversation, if that's what you like I just said, you do that. If you don't want to use the word whore, don't use the word whore. Just
Okay.
say you want to get nasty. I like how you get nasty. Whatever word you want to use.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of videos out there. They do different things. I'm pretty sure your friends probably do different things. You might pick up on things that you might like that you hear. Try it out. Just do make your man happy too. There you go. Make
Well,
your woman
well,
happy too.
All right.
Flip
well.
side.
Can you
Close your
pose the question again, AJ? I'm gonna answer it with like sincerity this time. I mean, I still
With
like being
sincerity this
honest,
time.
but like I'm gonna answer it with
Now,
sincerity.
now you're gonna be serious?
over
No, I was
sincerity.
serious before. Like
Go ahead.
Okay.
your daddy slut, you're not the world slut. Like I was serious about that, but
Yeah,
like
yeah, right.
to
Nobody
answer
likes
the question
nobody likes
fully,
a national slut. We want you to be my slut, not a groupie slut.
Val, she said be our private dancer,
Hey,
Val.
private
His
dancer.
wife has said be our
Private
Hey,
dancer.
you see?
Val gonna
A
go in
day
there
world,
like
she's
with the
dropping the little hints and secrets here and there.
She wants you to swing your shit
ain't
around
no
like a
magic
helicopter.
Yeah,
Mike, it's
yeah,
Magic
she's
Val
sprinkling
that
it
I'm
in there a
talking
little
about.
bit.
Um, but how do you help your partner to that? What was
Yeah.
the question again, AJ?
So if your partner is not comfortable, like if you say, like, you know what, I
Mhm.
want you to be like a whore in the bedroom. Let's say you use that particular word and she finds that word offensive, or you say, you know, like I want you to be more like a stripper, just be free. Not necessarily like a pole in the bedroom, but whatever. But you know that she's not comfortable with that because of the way that she was raised, because of what, she was taught and told that, um, whatever, whores belong in the street, good girls don't do those kind of things. But
Mm,
she's your woman and you like that type of behavior and you would like for her to engage with you in that way, how do you encourage her to help break down those things, that those I don't know, moral
I got
conflicts
you.
that she has?
All right, cool. So I just came up with this in my mind, but now I have a rule. It's going to be called the 3 C's. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear, I feel scared.
communicate. No, it's not
Okay.
bad. It's communicate,
Okay.
compromise,
Okay.
conclusion. All right.
What's the last
So
one?
I'm
Okay.
conclusion.
Okay.
So first, we're gonna communicate this. You don't like that? Cool. I like this. Let's talk about it. Let me get down to why you don't like it. What's the reasoning behind it, et cetera, et cetera. All right. I'm going to explain why I enjoy it, what it does for me, this, that, the other. Cool. Let's come to a compromise. You know, let's talk about, all right, are you willing to let me like work our way into this? Like, we can take our time getting into this, but are you willing to, um, and we figure out something together. If she's not willing to, then we're just gonna skip to the conclusion, which is like, hey, baby, we probably not gonna work out. Because like I think one of my hard limits is like there are certain sex acts that I do like, but like say head for instance, if you're not giving head, I can't be with you. You know that is a hard limit for me. Like if you,
What
mhm,
if you're already together?
well, we're gonna have that conversation.
I would have known that
I
ahead of
need
time.
to know what's the reasoning behind this. But like I enjoy head. I love it. I love it. Just like and vice versa. I love eating pussy. So if you're just like, oh my God, no, I don't want my pussy ate. Like I've been with the woman for her reasons, and we had talked about the reasons why she didn't
Yeah.
like her pussy ate. But it was something that she would eventually like warm up to because it was something traumatizing for her. And I
Right.
understood that, and I didn't mind, cool. But the fact that she was still open to it, eventually, but she had to get comfortable and get in a certain place. So like, I was okay with that because she was willing. Like that was a little bit of a compromise there, although it wasn't much give and take. But it was just like,
Right.
all right, cool. I'm okay with you. Like I respect the fact that you told me this, and then I respect, your decision. And I also respect that you're like, once I warm up to it and like as things progress, then I'll give it a try, type thing. And so, um, if we can come to some type of conclusion where, cool, we at least tried it, went in there, then we're gonna go from there. If it's something that you still aren't feeling comfortable with, there's gonna be probably another serious conversation that needs to be had. Because, like I said, I don't think that I can go the rest of my life without getting head. I just know me personally. Yes, AJ. I don't
Um.
like how Val's
So.
scratching up his eyes at me. I don't know.
um. So I know it's not a. You said the three C's, but I wanted to add an E.
Go ahead.
I think encouragement is also very important, and the reason
Ooh.
I say that
Mm-hmm.
is because to help someone feel more comfortable with things that they haven't done before, you need to provide a level of comfort and encouragement before, during, and after. And
Yes.
especially
Mm-hmm.
after, because the last thing that you want is for the person to now be in their head saying, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. Oh my God, I'm going to hell. Oh my God, I sucked some dick. Oh my God, you know what I mean? Whatever it is,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
to continue to have conversation, but gently encourage them to say, you know what? I really enjoyed that. I love the way that you were open with me. I love your willingness to try whatever it is to help them, oh, your daddy's good little girl, whatever it is.
And
However it is that, you know what I mean? The aftercare, the verbal
yes.
aftercare is very important when you're trying to help encourage someone to get past whatever their moral constraints are around sex and intimacy. Does that make
So
sense?
yes, it
Yep.
does. And
Okay.
so for me, that falls underneath that conclusion because the conclusion
Okay.
could go in multiple directions.
Okay.
You don't know what the conclusion just doesn't mean like, okay, this didn't happen. If she does try it, that can still be a conclusion. We're like, yo, we went in, we tried this, we like it.
Right.
The compromise happened. The conclusion out of the compromise could be, okay, I'm willing to try it, but we got to work our way in. This is what
Yep.
needs to happen in order for us to do this, just that or the other.
I
So
got a
that's
question.
what I would put like the E under the conclusion.
At
Okay.
what point,
Fair enough.
like pressure or something though, when you're trying to like in the convincing stage, if she tells me like, yeah, I don't do this, or I'm not willing to do this, like I just feel like sometimes it could be like a fine line when you're trying to convince, because I feel like I don't want to have to convince you. I want you to be willing to. You know what I'm saying?
I
Versus
wouldn't I wouldn't
you
say
saying no,
convince.
or you
Convince
know.
it was communicate. That would be a part of the
Mm.
communication part.
Right.
I don't want to have like
But if she says like no, like yeah, I'm not doing that. Issue. I guess what I'm trying to say is like, am I encouraging the encouragement? Is
mhm.
that during when she's accepted, willing to try, or is that I have to encourage you to even come to the goddamn finish to start line? You understand my point? Like, do I have to
It
encourage
might
you
have
to
to be a
even
bit of
open your
both because
mind up?
Both.
if she's not
Yeah.
comfortable, yeah, it might have to be a bit of both. Like sometimes people need the encouragement to know that it's okay to do what they're about to do. It's not necessarily encouraging like, okay, come on, just do it. Come on, just do it. Not like that
Yeah.
type of encouragement, but like if she's like, you know what, I really want to try this, but I'm scared,
Oh, okay, no,
that's
it's
when
different.
the encouragement would
Her
come into place to say,
expression.
like, you know
Gotcha.
what, yeah, like we can just try. If it doesn't work out, we can always try another time. Like there's nothing that you
Oh
need to
yeah,
be
no,
scared
that's
of.
different.
If
That's different.
right,
Yeah,
like that type of yeah, not the
Yeah.
type of where like I have to drag you kicking and screaming to do it.
yeah.
Not that type of encouragement.
She came to me with curiosity, and I'm
Right.
encouraging you
So there's
to
a
try.
willingness.
Yeah,
But
willingness.
she's still kind of it's like like you're standing at the door and you're kind of scared to come in and you're like, it's okay,
Yeah,
come in. Like, it's that kind it's just
It's a
helping
good way
her
to
get
put it.
over the threshold. Yeah.
I do that
Yep.
when I'm
Gotta
teaching. Hey,
I took
yeah, just
yeah, you
oh, come
absolutely
speak.
do.
Like, come on, get the
Yes.
encouragement.
So two examples came to mind for me for Islam. The first time you got your ass ate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to get encouraged to do it? Like were you a little like, I don't know
Yeah,
about this.
yeah.
Same thing.
Perfect.
Well,
Okay.
Or like, and
no. First of
so
all,
okay, I
I
got
ain't
you.
gonna
On,
stunt. It was a little bit of an accident. Like I think she knew what the fuck she was doing, but we did not talk about it first.
so
But once it
so
happened, I
like
was like,
Ah,
all
boy.
right. So another example that I've ran into, and I think that some people can relate to it because it's something that a lot of people are curious about and they, want to try. And they're like anal, for instance. It can be a scary thing, or
Oh,
uncomfortable thing or
the
unfamiliar thing.
spiritual tip is just unleashing your business, Slim. And just I say, you were vanilla before me. I like that.
So okay, wait. Okay, forget about what I was gonna say. I got a question, Slim.
yeah,
I ain't trying to get all up in your business. I don't know how much you want to disclose on here. I mean,
go
you done
ahead.
talked about
I
a
see
lot
where
of
this is
things.
going.
You and the spiritual tip, y'all. This not y'all first go around.
No,
Oh, so she the one who turned you out.
yeah. It's Kama Sutra Wednesdays.
Hey, this Miss Kama Sutra Wednesday.
Yes.
Well, I was
Wow.
gonna
Okay.
suggest Jay Smooth to be your person whenever we do the thing that we talked about for Instagram
I,
Live.
I,
But I
I
see
already
who I
had her in
want
mind,
now.
bro. I already had her in mind when
Cool. I
we
need
did it.
her on here. Yes, the spiritual.
I
It's gonna
already
be a
had that in
crazy
mind. It was
episode.
either her or Jason or one of the two.
Yes, sir. I need that. I need that.
Absolute crazy ass episode.
Oh man, it's her. Her name is no longer the spiritual tip. It's Miss Karma Sutra Wednesday.
Hey.
Hey.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey.
Gotcha.
Whew. All right. Any more questions, ladies and gentlemen?
This was different.
This was
This
This
was
is
different.
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 This shit.
This
Poor
thing.
Talking
Val.
fucking
Val
players,
would
This
need a
yo.
was
drink
different.
after this.
Listen, I don't know if it's the liquor or if these conversations were heavy, but sheesh. Um,
These were good.
Yeah,
But
it
these
was.
were these were.
we are in
I'm
wind down. It's it's almost 9:30. So yeah, this carried us out nicely. I like that.
Yes, it did.
Now I'm gonna
So
go drink some wine to go along with this tequila I just drank.
nice.
outros.
Take us away, AJ.
Oh, well, thank you everyone for joining us for the live. Great conversation as per usual. Thank you to everyone in the chat who contributed, who asked questions, who offered up anything personal about themselves. To everyone who shared a laugh, everyone who shared a moment, we appreciate you. You know, we've been going a year strong, a little over a year now, and I don't know. It's a good space. I like the fact that we have created a safe space for people to be able to come and have conversation. The fact that we all are comfortable enough with one another to share personal bits about ourselves that are very relatable. And just the way that we dig in and dive into conversation, regardless of whether it's been a personal experience or not. Everyone has perspective. Everyone has, thoughts about the way they feel about many different topics. I appreciate our audience for the ways in which that you guys engage with one another and the ways in which that you engage with us. Love, respect, and appreciation for that. And, just thank you for rocking with us. So that's my piece.
Where can we find you?
What do you do?
Oh, I don't do anything. You can't find me anywhere.
Okay, I got you. Hey, y'all. AJ the Badass Jones, the host of the Pum Pum Chronicles.
Really?
Yeah.
Go. You can follow her on any platform that podcasts are. Also, go to her page. There's a link tree
Yes.
there that might take you to some goodies. If
Yep.
you want to pay for them.
Goodies. My
So
goodies.
go do that. Anything I'm missing for AJ, fellas?
Absolutely not. Move on. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God, you guys
say
are killing me.
that
Could we not?
I thought
Look at
that
that
this was
smile, yo. Look.
right.
You want to go
That's
follow
the
that?
thing.
Look at that smile. Look at it. What? Go ahead,
You
Val.
know,
I feel
my
like
smile
this.
gets me into so much trouble.
Oh, I
Honestly,
believe it.
You get yourself into so much trouble in general.
Hey,
Go
hey, I
ahead.
got poom poom to
I
get. Yo, get
promise
these out.
you, I
Yo,
really try.
the fuck?
Shut up. I try not to, I swear to you. But the thing is, like, if somebody says something and I just smile, like, just, you know what I mean? Like, if I
Because
order food and they hand it to me and I say thank you and I smile, it's a problem. Then there
That
wants to be like,
that number gonna be on the receipt.
I need to just go back to the times when I didn't used to smile like this because it's just problematic. Okay.
so I'm gonna hop in and say I
Thank you.
like the fact this I feel like this is the episode where AJ spoke the most. So thank you very much. Aside from you being on the hot seat, of course, but
Is
Yeah,
it
this
really?
is good.
Oh, we gotta stop doing that. See, y'all just dragging me out of
No,
my
this is
shell.
amazing.
Cut
This
that
is
shit
great.
out.
This is great.
This is great. This is amazing. Um, and see, I about Laura, I love your comment. Absolutely love it. I know
Yes,
that's one of the things that we definitely aim to do as well, like learning from our mistakes too. Just
yes.
learning. Period. So I'm very happy about that. That's a great takeaway. Um, Name is Val. Love Lessons by Val. What I aim to do is to help you guys cultivate the healthy dating and relationship lives that you all deserve. I'm always saying thank you to everybody in the comments. Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying with us. Thanks for dealing with all of their shenanigans. No,
Oh, it's
I
just
know
us, right?
sometimes I
It's
sometimes I
just
can get
us.
in there too.
I don't have any shenanigans.
See, that's why I like when
um,
Queen is in the chat because Queen gives us the stuff that you don't want to give us. That's okay though.
Hey, Val about to put on
well,
a show dancing tonight.
wait,
Let's
Yeah,
get
wait,
word.
live.
Forget about that. Dude.
listen. Wait until I don't know if I'm allowed to say it yet. Well, we have something coming up for you guys where you might hear a lot more about me. So we'll
Oh,
see. We'll see. That's a little tease for the people that are watching us. Um, what? Oh, where was I? Oh, okay. Love This by Val. And also have the podcast Intricacies of Dating and Relationships. All streaming platforms. Please follow. Please download all that good stuff. Sessions, singles, couples, understanding your relationship scene. Whatever it is, feel free to DM me. I respond to all DMs. The only thing I ask is that you come ready to do the work.
love it.
That's right. If you need lessons on how to be a whore, come ready to do the work. That's right. So,
Slim, hey,
I'm
Slim and
crazy,
this Kama
guys.
Sutra Wednesday might start some
This
own
guy.
podcasts about it. Let's
She
go.
is my whore. She's been a whore. That's why I fell on that shit 15 years ago. I never climbed out of it. Trust me. Listen,
Story time for another day.
Right?
We'll catch that. We'll catch that on
I'm
the
the
live
most
that we
shout
have
out.
her
Listen,
on.
I'm a shout the fuck out. I'm a shout out dude. I say a lot of wild shit. It's all genuine though. It's all true. It really
We love
is.
you for who you
Savage.
are, Slim.
All right, but I'm straight. I am fuck am I? I'm Slim Stay Scheming. I'm genuine.
Talking about.
I represent 973 Vibes from all streaming platforms. Please go follow our YouTube page.
Yes.
Like I said, echoing everybody else said, thank you for all the guests, everybody who participated, who hop in and hop out, hop in, hop out, all our day ones.
Yes.
That's it, yo. Just, thank you and keep supporting us. And, we're going to keep supporting y'all. If you ever got
Keep coming
topics,
back.
just flood our inbox. Any one of our
Absolutely.
inbox, got some girl inbox. And, maybe we can talk about some shit. And that's it. Shout out to Spiritual Tips. Shout out to Miss Kama Sutra Wednesday now. And
Yes.
that's it.
The reason why Slim is the way that he is. Shout out to you, man.
Hey.
Frankenstein behind the monster. That's what I'm talking about. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna make my ending a little quick. Cause it's just something I really want to touch on real quick before we do jump off. But Mr. L, host of the Front of Mind Mr. L podcast. You can hit the link in my bio. Hit the link in my bio. On a hiatus right now. And one of the reasons why I'm on hiatus is just self-care. And I know usually at the end of each live or usually at the end of an episode or at the beginning I check on you, but I also tell you to check on your strong friends, or check on your friends in general. So tonight I'm not gonna say that. Like, yeah, still do that. But tonight I want to end it on this tip is to check on yourself. Because you can't pour from an empty gourd. So check on yourself, make sure you're good, make sure you're taking care of yourself, making sure that you're happy, making the best decisions that are for you, not really caring what most people may think. Make sure that you're checking on you because what good are you doing checking on other people if you're not good yourself? So please check on other people. It is very important. I mean, check on yourself. It is very important to do that self-love, that self-care things. I love each and every one of you. Again, as everybody said, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate each and every one of you who come on here and join us every other Wednesday, or even if we miss some Wednesday, y'all still jump on here and rock with us. We appreciate it. We do have some things going on behind the scenes that we are going to start bringing to the page. So make sure you follow the page and you keep coming on the lives because we have things that we definitely want to be more interactive with you all. Anything else I want to cover? Nope, I think that's it. As always, I'm the compassionate Don, the sensual sadist, Southern Gin with a sprinkle of filth, Mr. L.
Throw it like Slim threw it. I don't want to sprinkle.
Russian.
No, hey. We're not gonna do a sprinkle, we're gonna do a pinch of
Yep.
pinch of filth now, a dash.
All right, God.
All
I'm
right,
out.
y'all. So love y'all. Everybody have a
Love you
good
guys.
night. Have a great week. All
Deuces.
those good things until we meet again, my friends.
Peace.
Peace.
Ah.